Hello, dearies and dudes. My name is Snyderman, and I know that normally this would be an episode of the Coffee Corner, but quite frankly, this week there are bigger things to talk about, that being Thankmas. Okay? Thankmas just started yesterday. Hopefully you saw the video with myself and Big Cheesy. If not, there's going to be a link up here somewhere. Basically what Thankmas is, it's an organization started by Jacksepticeye where he raises money for different charities through his channel. This year he's teaming up with Red Nose Day, and Red Nose Day is designed to help families that have dealt with food shortages due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so this video, as well as the rest of the videos that are going to be on the channel this week, and yesterday's video, are all done as a way to basically get money raised for this good cause. So instead of a coffee corner, we are going to do a little mini-sode of Snyderman Teaches. And this series is dedicated to historic events and their importance to modern society, what they tell us. And here we go with the history of the Christmas tree. So, the history of the Christmas tree actually starts as more of a pagan tradition. Pagan means basically you have the belief in nature gods and nature spirits. So, think Norse mythology, think Egyptian, think Greek, think Roman. That's where it gets its start. Okay? When we analyze ancient societies, they all have their version of the quote-unquote Christmas tree. Okay? A lot of ancient societies felt that bringing living things into the home, such as evergreen branches, would ward off evil spirits. So, for example, we see ancient Rome do this. They bring basically branches of evergreens into their homes as a way to ward off evil spirits and a way to celebrate life in general, celebrate the living spirit of nature. We see the same thing in ancient Egypt with the palm tree leaves. Okay? So each of these societies has a way to kind of celebrate the bringing in of plant life. But the true start of the Christmas tree begins with the Norsemen, the Vikings. Seems like we've been doing a lot of Vikings on this channel lately. The Vikings had a ritual of bringing living evergreen branches into their homes as a way to celebrate the winter solstice. For the Vikings, this was a celebration of life, as the evergreen tree was the only tree that was able to survive the harsh winter of Scandinavia. And they bring these branches in during the winter solstice and keep them in their homes until roughly January-ish. That tradition then trickles down south into the Germanic kingdoms, which is where we start seeing more of our modern day Christmas tree come from. Okay, the Germans, they started bringing in trees, full trees, into their homes to celebrate much the same way as the Vikings did. Now, the modern Christmas tree, though, the decorations, the ornaments, those are also a Germanic tradition, but they find their roots in a story of Martin Luther, this guy. The story of Martin Luther and the Christmas tree is really simple, and it's where we see the modern decorations of the Christmas tree really have their roots. You have Martin Luther walking through a forest in Germany at night. He's actually walking to clear his head, writing a sermon, and he's walking through an evergreen forest, and he looks up, and the stars are just shining as bright as could be through the branches. And according to his own account, they were the most beautiful things that he had ever laid his eyes on. And he tells his family this story, but in order to capture the beauty that he was talking about seeing, he brings a tree into the home, again, not uncommon, but he decorates it with candles, and he lights the candles to kind of represent the brilliance of the stars. And so that's where we get our lights from. Okay? And we also see things like apples and nuts and all of these other things being put on Germanic Christmas trees as a way to kind of decorate them up and spruce them up. And that's where our modern ornaments come from. The candles and the apples and all this kind of stuff, they represent our modern day ornaments that we have on our trees today. But how did the Christmas tree get from Germany over to the United States specifically? And really that starts with the marriage of Queen Victoria of England into the Germanic family. And that was the first time that a Christmas tree had actually gotten off of the continental area of Europe and onto the island of Great Britain. We have a Christmas tree basically in the royal palace of Britain in right about the 1800s. From there, it's brought over to the United States, and thus the Christmas tree tradition is born. Now, the stars that you see on top of the tree, the angels that you see on top of the tree, that's where the Christian tradition comes into the Christmas tree. Also, the Martin Luther connection that we've talked about, that is also a very Christian-based tradition that we must acknowledge. So a lot of the decoration and the ornaments that we see on the modern Christmas tree, that's where the Christianity piece plays into it. The tree itself, the branches and all that kind of stuff, that is pagan in origin. So there you have it. In about 5 minutes or so, the history of the Christmas tree. But with that, leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave me a comment down below. But most importantly this week, go to the link below and donate to Thankmas so that we can help out more families in need during this holiday season. I love you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you.